For the Commodores, it's their first NCAA win since 2013. They will advance to play fifth-seeded Baylor at 6 o'clock Eastern Time here at Castle Coliseum on Friday. As a courtesy to your fellow media members, as well as the coaches and student athletes, please silence your cell phones at this time. When you ask a question, please state your name and media affiliation. If you're joining us on Zoom, raise your hand and we will answer any raised hands in the Zoom. And recording press conferences video on cell phones or other cameras is prohibited. We are joined here on the dais by Vanderbilt student athletes Sacha Washington and Jordyn Cambridge and head coach Shea Ralph. Coach, welcome back to the NCAA tournament, and we'll turn it to you for an opening statement.
Thank you. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. We got to get back and get some rest. First of all, I want to congratulate Columbia on a great season. I know we are all really excited as coaches and teams to be in the NCAA tournament, so congratulations to them. Second of all, congratulations to my team, my players, for grinding it out. We're not just happy to be here. We have a purpose, and today was the first step in that purpose. We prepared all year for this moment. This was our goal from the moment we got together in June, and I'm excited for my players that we get to keep dancing.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions for the student athletes. Right here in front row.
Elena Morris, VandySports.com. Jordyn, in your last year at Vanderbilt, you made it to your first NCAA tournament. How big was it for you, and how does it feel that you guys won this game?
It's been a long time coming, and I've really been waiting for this moment since I got to college. And like I said the other day, it's just, it can't be more special than this, getting this in my final year. And oh my God, I'm getting emotional.
Good. That's what it's all about.
I'm sorry. No, I'm good. No, but it's really special, and I'm excited for my team, and I'm excited for how hard we've worked to get here. All the time and effort that we put in. You know, we're not done yet, obviously. So I'm excited. I'm excited that in my last year I get to do this.
Question here in the front row.
Yeah, Aria Gerson, the Tennessean. Sacha, it seems like you were able to find a lot of space in the post. You know, what was it that led to your success there?
Just my teammates trusting me, helping me get open, and you know, like getting the ball inside out, outside in, just working it back and forth.
Try to take a question in the Zoom here. Jordyn, after that fourth foul, have to come out of the game. I think that was a turning point for your team. It's hard to be away in those moments. What did you see, and how proud did that make you?
First of all, it's not my first time being in foul trouble this season, so no, but I trust my teammates, and even though I had 4, there was no doubt in my mind. I mean, I knew we were going to win the game. Obviously, you have to adjust with me not being out there, but I trust the people that come in for me, and obviously they handled it. Even when at 4, when I came in and got another silly foul and got 5 and I was done, I still trust my teammates. I'm going to be on the bench, and I'm going to cheer for them. I'm going to try to talk them up from the bench and do as much as I can, but I trust them, and they did what they needed to do.
We'll take a question via Zoom. This is from Gabriella Lewis.
Hi, y'all. Gabriella from The Next. For both of you, Ayana, can you talk about her play tonight and when she hit that dagger 3 in the last 2 minutes? What was going through your head?
Let me just say, Ayana Moore is a dog. She is just a phenomenal basketball player, and obviously she's worked hard to get back to where she is now. Super confident in herself. We're super confident in her. Honestly, there's no shot that she takes that I don't think is going in. So when she got that big shot, like at the end of the game, before she even caught it, I knew it was going in because that's how much confidence I have in her. And every time she steps up for the moment and she's going to knock down the big shot, she's going to make big plays for us. That's just what she does because she's a dog. So very, very grateful for Ayana.
Yeah, I agree. Everything that Jordyn said, I mean, big-time players make big-time plays, and we wouldn't have it any other way with Ayana Moore. I mean, she's a great teammate, great player, great everything. I mean, she helps us so much, and we're so grateful.
Additional questions for the student athletes here in the room? We have one more Zoom question here. This is from Jen Hatfield. Jen, you are now unmuted.
Thanks. Hi, all. Jen Hadfield from The Next. I just wanted to follow up on Coach's opening statement about how you guys kind of had to grind it out. And, you know, you guys even had to redo that jump ball at the beginning. And just curious for either of you guys, just can you kind of take me through what it felt like, you know, to play in that game, to kind of weather the runs on both sides and kind of what it felt like grinding that out?
Let's start with Sacha.
I mean, this is nothing new for us. I mean, the SEC is so physical. It's something you have to do every night as a grind. So for us, this is nothing new. We know we have to play to the end, and it's not over until it's over. So I think just knowing that, like, just keep playing, it got us to win.
We'll come back to Gabrielle. I'm sorry.
First, I think everybody that's in this tournament obviously is a really good team, and they earned the right to be here. And it's basketball, so people are going to go on runs, but it's about how we respond to them. So, of course, they're a good team. They're going to go on runs, but so are we. And it's never a point that we're like, oh, my gosh, they're going on a run, it's over. That's not how we think, because leading up to this, we've had games where people go on runs, and we fight back, and that's what we did, and that's how we came out with the win.
Go back to Gabriella on Zoom.
You guys ended the SEC season with a tough loss to Florida. You know, how do you have short-term memory after a game like that? And what have the conversations in the last week looked like to kind of reset to back to Vanderbilt basketball?
It's just a growing moment. I think the biggest thing is having short-term memory, so we know it happened. Let's move on, because we have bigger things that are approaching, and we have no time to dwell on the past. So just moving forward, taking the things that we did, learning, and moving forward and being better.
Additional questions for the student athletes. Just a reminder, the Vanderbilt locker room will be open until just before midnight Eastern time. So that locker room will be open for about the next 20 minutes. You two are dismissed. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Open up the floor to questions for Coach Ralph. Front row.
Yes.
Yeah, Shea, obviously you have a team full of primarily players who have not played in the NCAA tournament before. How pleased were you with being able to win a close game like that and to weather all the comebacks by Columbia?
I couldn't be more proud of my team. And like these two spoke before, I mean, we've had some ebbs and flows all season. You know, we had a really tough stretch there in the SEC. Obviously, in the tournament, I felt like we were excited, but the moment was really big, and it got a hold of us, and we just weren't able to get out of its grip. And so that opportunity led to us being able to learn a very valuable lesson in a tournament setting, where we got the chance now to be in the NCAA tournament and understand what it looks like and feels like to be ready for the moment. You know, and the moment's going to feel different. There's going to be adversity. We faced it all year. We faced it since we've been here in a bunch of different forms. So getting them to understand, just like Jordyn said, we're not reacting, we're responding. We're going to continue to respond to whatever adversity comes our way. So we represent ourselves, the work that we do, our team, our program, but also our university the right way. We're just really excited to not only be here, but to be able to get this first win today was huge for our team, for our program, for the future of our program. Also, just want to say, Jordyn Cambridge, you guys saw a little bit of her emotion. She's the heart and soul of this team. So those of you that haven't followed our team, when we got here, that kid had gone through a ton. She's a sixth-year senior. She didn't have to play this year. She tore her Achilles last year before the season started, and that could have been it for her. She's got a third degree from Vanderbilt, which I think will serve her well in life. But there isn't a better ending for a kid like that. So there isn't anyone that's worked harder, that's put more into this program, that's invested more into Vanderbilt University. And I love that our players get to see that, because they're seeing what it looks like for hard work and perseverance to pay off.
Go right here and then back to.
Yeah, we were able to talk to Jordyn and Sacha, but can you just talk about how big Ayanna Moore was tonight?
Ayanna Moore is another player that I'm really excited about for a bunch of different reasons. She also had a major injury last year. She was huge tonight, but she's been preparing. Before she went down last year, she was practicing like a pro in moments when the lights were on. So I don't know that she understood what it was going to feel like to have the game taken from her. And when she got back out on the court, the kid was a different player. She had a different investment in the game. She had a different investment in her teammates. She had a different investment in herself and becoming great. And I think what you're starting to see now is what it looks like when a kid does that. She is a pro, but she's also only a sophomore in terms of basketball. So the sky's the limit. These moments are huge for their growth. You can't create this in practice. You can't. You can't create a moment like tonight in practice or even in your regular season. So this is only going to elevate our team and our players as we move forward, especially Ayanna.
Yeah, Shea, after their conference tournament, Columbia's coach made some comments being a little bit critical of the number of SEC teams that got in. And you obviously said that you were proud to represent this conference. How do you think that SEC play and the grind of that season prepared you guys for what you saw tonight?
Well, I think when you think about the NCAA tournament, and I've been lucky enough, as a player and a coach, this is my 20th time in the NCAA tournament. So while this is my first time as a head coach, it's certainly not my first rodeo. And I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. And I know when you play in this tournament, you got to come through the SEC. Sometimes multiple times, you got to come through the SEC. So what I love about the opportunity that we had today, not only to represent the SEC, but to represent ourselves, we are the best conference in the country. And the reason that we are who we are right now is because we have to grind it out against the best teams in the country day in and day out. So I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of the platform that we had to represent the SEC, and we're going to keep going now.
Let's go to Gabriella on Zoom.
Coach, can you speak a little bit to how y'all executed the scout and particularly the defensive focus there, especially in that first half, just locking them down?
Yeah. I didn't think we did so hot the first 4 minutes there, Gabriella. We gave up a couple of wide open layups, but we've worked extremely hard on our defense all year. That is where we hang our hat as a team. I feel like on your worst offensive night, because you're going to have days where you just feel like you can't throw it in the ocean, you can always lock up defensively. But that's more of a mindset than anything. So we really instilled that in our players early on. We play a bunch of different defenses. Today we felt like we could switch a lot with them. And make it difficult for them, especially number 35, Abby Shue, to get her shot off easily. We mixed up some switches, but for the most part, I thought we did a pretty great job. They had to make tough shots. I think we could have limited our fouls and done a much better job on the boards. But no matter what, our players know we got to come out and grind it out on the defensive end. Get stops and scores. Stops and scores are great looks. Eventually our offense will come. But usually easy offense for us is generated by our defense. So scouts look the same pretty much. It just depends on who we're playing. Like tonight, we had a certain scout for their style, but our defense never changes. Our intensity on defense never changes. Our focus on defense never changes. That is who we are. That is how we hang our hat as a team. And I was proud from start to finish today. I thought we did a pretty good job.
To follow up on that quickly, I think the defense in the SEC is really something that a lot of teams hold their hat on. Can you speak to what about the SEC defense is unique and then why it's just such a part of the culture in the conference?
Right. Well, first of all, I think it's a pretty physical league. There's physicality. And like I said before, it's kind of hard to put your finger on it. There's a mindset. And you guys heard Jordyn describe Ayanna as a dog. The SEC has a lot of players and a lot of teams with that dog mentality. There's also some pretty incredible players. I'm not really big on how players are ranked, but you're talking about size, athleticism, skill, versatility. So what I love about the SEC is that you're going to see that physical play, but you're also going to see a bunch of different styles of defense. Some people switch a lot, some people don't. You're going to see some zone, you're going to see some sagging man. So I think that really prepares you. What you are going to see, though, on like every cut, every shot, you're going to get punched in the SEC, and that helps us grind it out. Today I felt like there were some ticky-tack calls. We're going to have to get used to how the game is called in the NCAA tournament, depending on the crew that we have. But that's just, we're ready to kind of fight through walls because of what we see in the SEC. It is physical. There's size, there's skill, there's versatility. And, like you said, most people do hang their hat on defense, but I think that's why we were ready today.
Additional questions for Coach Ralph in the back.
Hey, Coach. Josh Collier of 3304 Sports here. First off, congrats on the win today.
Thank you.
Y'all have Baylor coming up on Friday. How do you guys plan to prepare to face a team of Baylor's caliber heading into your first NCAA tournament appearance since 2014?
We don't prepare any differently. That's one of the things that I've talked about with our team. It is special to be in the tournament, but our preparation is going to be exactly the same. I don't want them to feel like this game is any different than the games that we had in the beginning of the season. Those had to be just as important, because if we didn't do a good job preparing for those, we wouldn't be here. So this game coming up, they're Baylor, that's fine, we're Vanderbilt. We're Vanderbilt. They got to prepare for us too. So we're going to prepare for every single time like we do, day in and day out, day before the game. We got to get rest. That's important. We'll scout. We'll get through our practice tomorrow. We'll go through our shoot around, and then we'll roll the ball out and see what happens.
Last question to David here in the front.
Hey, Coach. David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. I'm curious, you touched on it a little bit. In your experience, what does a win in the NCAA tournament do for confidence, for momentum, and maybe not just this week or this season, but in the big picture going forward, that you can recruit to, you have that postseason win under your belt. What does it do for you guys going forward as a program?
I think I know that it shows people that we mean business. We came here as a staff. I came here as a head coach behind an incredible administration and athletic director who's sitting right behind you, because we had a similar vision in competing for championships and for maximizing the full potential of our student athletes on and off the floor. Vanderbilt's unique because you can do that. We have a world-class university, and we are on our way to having a world-class women's basketball program. So when you come here, there isn't anything you have to give up. You can have it all. And so I think what this shows is in our third year as a staff, we are moving in the right direction quickly. And you're going to want to get on this train. You're going to want to get on this train because we're going somewhere really special. It's going to be fun. We have a great time. We're a family, but when it's time to work, we work. And hopefully that's what people see.
All right, Coach, it's late. Go enjoy a bite. Go
Thank
enjoy
you.
some rest, and
I
we'll see you
appreciate
back
you guys.
here tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Vanderbilt head coach Shea Ralph as the Commodores advance with a 72-68 victory over Columbia. This press conference and all press conferences in the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Columbia is up next. Reminder that Vanderbilt's locker room is open for about the next 10 minutes.